Hey, Fern. What's going on? We're going to start our program. You want me to stand back here? I should probably stand by there. What do you think? I'll move this. There we go. Does that sound good? Are you molting? Good morning, folks. Nice to see you. Hope that everyone's doing well on this beautiful Friday. Actually, while I was grabbing Fern, I noticed her under feathers are really pink right now. So I'm going to try and do a video or post of it later on so that you guys can see it. It's actually really rather magnificent. Huh? Are you very pink on your feathers, under your wings? You are so good. So welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today for Reading with Raptors. Sorry, it's a Friday. Good morning, Nevitz. Good morning, Ferns, says Nevitz. How you doing? You'll hear Bertram in the background. He's mad because he wants breakfast right now. But he's a funny little dude. But we will go ahead and get right into reading with our Raptors, and then we'll talk about our Raptors a little bit. So when you tune in, go ahead and just sign in and say hi from where you are. Hi, Charlie in South Portland. Hi, Chuck. Nice to see you again this morning. Hi, Sue from Wyndham. Oh, you're at camp. Nice. Excellent, excellent weekend to be up to camp. It is absolutely gorgeous out this weekend, huh? Are we going to sit out in the sun? Have a little bit of relaxing time? You're such a good girl, Fern. All right, story time today. Yes, Miss Susan, we are indeed. Hi, Cash, nice to see you. So today I'm going to read to you guys. Good morning, Jessica. Is your mama a llama? And I am a child of the 70s. Just aged myself. I know, Chuck, I love the Bardells too. One of my favorite illustrators ever was Stephen Kellogg, and he's done a million different books and has worked with a lot of different authors. But this is one of my favorites, and the reason I chose it for Fern is because if you look right here, we have this little tiny baby owl, and she is a wonderful, wonderful foster mom, as well as ambassador. So that's why I chose it for you. What do you think? She says, I'll sit and listen to it. Good morning, Elaine. Oh, excellent. South Portland. Wonderful. So we're going to go ahead and read, and I will go through this, and then we'll talk about Fern and how fabulous she is. So this is Your Mama a Llama? It's written by Deborah Guarino and illustrated by Stephen Kellogg. Great illustrations. Great, or the word I'm looking for is escaping me. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Dave. No, she is not, is the answer Dave gave. She hangs by her feet and she lives in a cave. I do not believe that's how llamas behave. Oh, I said, you are right about that. I think that your mama sounds more like a, hi Hannah, bat. And there's a bat. We love our bats here too. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Fred. No, she is not, is what Freddie said. We have a few of these guys. She has a long neck and white feathers and wings. I don't think a llama has all of those things. Oh, I said, you don't need to go on. I think that your mama must be a swan. Whoops, I missed a page. Sorry about that. So we don't have any signets of swans, but that's okay. Hi, Theo from Canada. Welcome. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Jane. No, she is not, Jane politely explained. She grazes on grass. She likes to say moo. I don't think that is what a llama would do. Oh, I said, I understand now. I think that your mama must be a cow. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Clyde. No, she is not, is how Clyde replied. She's got flippers and whiskers and eats fish all day. I do not think llamas act quite in that way. Oh, I said, I'm beginning to feel that your mama must really be a seal. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Rhonda. No, she is not, is how Rhonda responded. She's got big hind legs and a pocket for me, so I don't think a llama is what she could be. Are you a llama? No. Oh, I said, that's certainly true. I think that your mama is a kangaroo. You guys see the opossums? So cute. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Lynn. Oh, Lloyd, don't be silly, Lynn said with a grin. My mama has big ears, long lashes, and fur, and you, of all people, should know about her. Our mamas belong to the same herd, and you know all about llamas, 'cause you are one too. Yes, you're right, I said to my friend. My mama's a llama. And this is the end. Did you want to see it? Oh, okay. There, I turned the book too fast. Sorry, darling. There you go. I turned it too fast. So, our books that we like to read with our Raptors, and I can move this now so you guys can see Fern a little bit closer. Not going to move it. We'll go for a walk. How's that? Want to go for a walk because it's not connecting? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, let's step out. Good girl. There we go. I know. We'll go get in the sun and then we'll talk about how magical and wonderful you are. How does that sound? You can sit right over here. Yeah, Miss Fern. Sorry guys, we're working with reconnection and connection issues, but that's okay. So we'll try and sit right here, Miss Fern, and see if we can get you on there. There we go. So Fern, who joined us for reading with Raptors today, is an absolutely magnificent barred owl ambassador. We don't know how old Fern is. We do know that she's an adult. She came to us not this past winter, the winter before, or no, this past winter. And we admitted over 60 barred owls just in the winter alone. And they came to us for a variety of reasons, but most of them were hit by cars, and most of them were emaciated and that sort of thing. So we see that a lot in our winters when we get our freeze and thaw. These guys only weigh about 1.5 pounds. So it's difficult for them to be able to break through the snowpack to get mice and things. So in the wintertime, sometimes they have a tough time. Fern was one of those lovely ladies that came to us from being hit by a car. When she came in, Charlie, can we hear what barred owls sound like? Oh, gonna put me on the spot, but yes, I will. You can hear Bertram in the back, but I'll do a barred owl call in just a second. So she came into us after being struck by a vehicle. They, again, only weigh 1.5 pounds. So if you think of a 4,000-pound vehicle hitting one of these guys, that's kind of tough. They also have hollow bones. Oh, look at the wind in your feathers. Oh, so pretty. That's pretty. Is that nice? It's a good breeze. It's very muggy and hot where we are right now, so she likes the breeze. So she came in and she had sustained some pretty severe head trauma, as well as ocular or eye trauma. And so the decision was made after a few months to have her be an ambassador. And we were really excited to have her join Byron, who is our male barred owl. Our female barred owl that was here before Fern was Bianca, and she lived with us for over 23 years and fostered over 50 babies, I believe, was what we finally figured out with our numbers. So to hear, do you see my foot down there? Yeah. Oh, and there's someone coughed up a pellet. I don't think that's yours. So these guys are well known for saying, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all?" And what was that? Oh, the chipmunks were overrun with chipmunks, and she's very excited. So our barred owls say, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all?" They actually have thousands of different vocalizations. However, they do, that's their famous call. That's what they're known for. So they do a, ooh, 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 ooh. Right? Let's get that fly off you. Ooh, 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 ooh. That was mediocre. It's okay. It's good. Right? So that call, if you hear the "who cooks for you, who cooks for you all," you more than likely have a barred owl in your backyard. But if you also think that you are hearing monkeys in your backyard, that is also a possibility of these guys as well. They are caterwauling. You see Kristen? She's like, Kristen. The wind was just, ooh, more redirects. There we go. Let me see if I can put this down here and we can get her up here for you guys. So one of our favorite things about Fern is that she is so gentle, and she's really good on the glove, and we've worked with her to allow us to be able to show off her ears. Her ears are really incredible. Owls do have ears. They're actually asymmetrical. One is a little bit higher than the other, and one is a little bit more forward than the other, and that helps them to triangulate sound and hunt. Oh, Kesh, you heard one last night. I heard a couple in my backyard too. They have babies right now. She's a wonderful foster mom. We do have a wild barred owl in as a patient, and so we have the baby. Yeah. So well, the wind is blowing and I don't want to bother her. Can I show your ear? We're gonna turn. Oh, there's Brewster. Is she doing breakfast? Are you gonna poop on my foot? Excellent. She pooped on my foot. So if I turn, oh, we're real alert right now. That's okay. I'll wait. We got water going. Yeah. So did you change their diet from mice, voles, etc. to amphibious foods in the spring and summer? Chuck, that's a great question. We don't change it in the summertime. These guys, anytime we have a bird in care, their diet, which would normally change with the seasons, these guys especially love eating frogs and things like that. Suzanne, she is beautiful, isn't she? With our guys, it's more of a long-term care. We do give them enrichment in the summertime, and that enrichment comes in the form of different fish or frogs or tadpoles, little, popsicles, things like that in there. But her diet alone is pretty varied. So not only do they get mice, they also get chicks and quail and things like that. So she's really neat because when you take her out on enrichment walks and things, she'll go and sort of pay attention all of a sudden. It's almost like she doesn't have head trauma, and then all of a sudden you'll see that head trauma kick in again. So she's kind of a fascinating bird to watch and listen to. Like right now you can see that she's looking over that way. What do you see? Can I show them? So actually the light right now is affecting it really well. You can see that beautiful facial disc right there, and those facial discs, they're like satellite discs. It's so funny. We have a wild raven calling right now and Bertram. So it's like a corvid party out here right now. And Fern's like, whatever. So these beautiful facial discs bring the sound to their ears. So if you take your hand and put it behind your ear, it's like it helps you hear better. So those facial discs do the exact same thing, and they can move those feathers to move and bring those sounds to their ears. If I turn her face, are you watching yourself in the window or in the mirror or in the phone? I know what I'm trying to say. It's Friday. Oh, and of course now we have a dump truck who's going to distract. Can I show your ear? So this beautiful ear is just back here. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to do this. So I don't know if you can see, but it is absolutely enormous. I mean, it's about open from here to here. Thank you for letting me do that. I appreciate it. And again, they just have an open hole that goes into their head. That's their ear. So those feathers not only protect their ears from, wind and things like that, but they also direct the sound to their ears as well. Good morning, John. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So again, Fern is absolutely magnificent. She's a relatively new ambassador, but she is an amazing ambassador. And she's already been a foster mom a couple times. And she's also just really a magnificent lady to bring out and get people involved and connected with owls that more than likely, if you're in Maine and in this area, you definitely have these guys in your backyard. They are incredible hunters. They are incredible to listen to and enjoy. They're pretty easy to find if they have a nest. And they're cavity nesters, so they nest in big dead trees or dead snags. Sometimes if you put up a squirrel box or like another type of box like that, you'll get these guys in there as well. You can also put up a barred owl box if you want to. Michelle, she is beautiful, absolutely. So they're really neat in that way, in that they find us interesting, I think. I don't think that they're like, ooh, I want to be, with them. Hi, Denise. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. But I think we amuse them in a little bit of a way. So they will come out and just sort of check you out and see what you're doing. We've had people call and say, I have a barred owl on my swing set and it's just sitting here watching us. They figure out pretty quickly if you have a bird feeder that is a veritable McDonald's. So they'll hang out on bird feeders or around bird feeders at times. They'll they're just around people. They're not as secretive and not as private as other owls. And that makes them really unique and special because it allows you to be up close and enjoy these guys, which is pretty amazing and pretty phenomenal. Everything is hopping up here today. Sorry about that. We had the dump truck come and Bertram and everything like that. So it's a little loud, isn't it, my friend? So Fern, again, I mentioned earlier, is not only an ambassador, but also a foster mom. So she started out with some foster babies this year. But we do have a wild barred owl patient who is recovering and doing really well outside. And so the decision was made to put those babies in with the wild one. It's almost serendipitous because it would be what that owl was doing out in the wild right now anyways. So it sort of helps that pattern and that rhythm that they have naturally, right, my friend? These ravens are going cuckoos. What are they doing over there? It's so funny. They all have different calls, and it's absolutely crazy. Chuck, you watched one for 3 months in 2007. Excellent. Oh, but you never heard one until Rhode Island. That's funny. They're funny. Hi, Naomi. If you want to call them in, you can use an app on your phone, or you can practice calling. Hi, Naomi. But kind of going out and listening for them is really kind of the best part. When was the last time you went out into the woods and just listened to what was going on? So it is, I think these are one of our sort of fan favorite owls. Both, I think, because they are beautiful and they have those beautiful dark eyes, and everyone seems to think, you could like swim in those eyes. They're that chocolate brown. But they also are they're attainable, if you will. So they're always around and they're super fun to listen to. 9 times out of 10, you'll hear them in your backyards, and they'll be around, not in cities, but they'll be in suburbs and that sort of area as well. A really important lesson that we want to talk to people about to protect these guys, is to use rodenticide. Our colleague Jane Kelly over at On the Wing. I was thinking of Avian Haven because they are full of baby barred owls right now. But Jane Kelly over at On the Wing just unfortunately received 3 baby barred owls, and they all died of secondary rodenticide poisoning. And what that is the parent owl, being a good parent, goes and catches a mouse and feeds it to their baby. And then, unfortunately, the poison that's in that mouse ends up having an effect on the babies, and they end up perishing, unfortunately. Rodenticide is a terrible way for anything to die. So we tell folks, please don't use rodenticide. Please don't use poisons. Please don't use any of those things in your garden or around your house. And if you call a pest control person, you want to make sure that you're very clear with them that you don't want any poison. So if you're outside of a big box store or whatever else, you see those little black boxes, those are usually rodenticide. And you can even, talk to people about like, hey, maybe we could try something different, or just share the information that rodenticide is not good for anybody involved. The mice, the raptors, the coyotes, the fox, what else? It's all through the chain, isn't it? You are just gorgeous today, my love. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So yeah, that is our Miss Fern, and she's absolutely magnificent. Actually, let me see if I can turn this around and see if I can get some up-close pictures for you guys of her feathers, because in the sunlight, just stunning. So you see this is a fluted edge on the edge, and that helps her to fly silently. And that beautiful mottled barring. Right, Fern? Look how beautiful you are. And those oh man, I moved just a little bit and it undoes. Sorry about that, guys. She is starting to molt a little bit, so you'll see she looks a little bedraggled, but that's okay. You have to remember that out in the wild right now, the moms and dads would have been raising babies and doing all those things. So just like human parents, they feel a little bedraggled at moments. Right, Fern? Yeah, you're such a good girl. There's something about her. It's funny. A lot of times people don't realize that different owls look different, even if they're in the same species. She looks very different from Byron, her enclosure mate. And it's really neat to be able to see the differences and be able to tell them apart. I'm going to come down to your feetsies. And these beautiful toes. If you ever wondered if dinosaurs and birds are related, there you go. Those reptilian feet. Huh, my friend? And you can see her feet. We have a very angry chipmunk over there. Sorry if that's loud, guys. Her feet have feathers on them. And they are pretty neat. They, you know, it's helpful for them when they're eating or hunting and stuff in the winter. They don't really migrate very far. And I have also read that it also helps them to reduce, reduce their sound when they're flying, right? Do those feathers sop up some of the reverberations and things like that? And then later on today, I'm going to turn this back. There we go. Later on today, I am going to try and see if we can get, can I open up this wing and show them? Are we thinking about it? No, that's okay. We don't have to do that. So what I'll do, oftentimes what we can do, and there's a couple posts on it on our social media, you can take an infrared light and shine it on their feathers and they glow pink. And today when I went to get her, can I see this feather? Can I try to see it out here? I know, she says, don't do that. So she actually is really pink coming in, and she has a couple feathers that are coming in that are pretty pink on where they're coming in as well. So it's a fascinating aspect that definitely does well for them when they're out in the wild and out at night, because these guys see into the infrared spectrum. They see different colors than we do. They have different rods and cones in their eyes. They actually have eye rods as opposed to eyeballs. So their eyes actually take up about a third of their skull in there. And they're just fascinating birds. Their eyes are incredibly, incredibly powerful. And even though they're incredibly powerful and amazing and help them to hunt, believe it or not, they don't necessarily need them. They have shown owls hunt by sound alone, not sustainably, like in a setting for research and that sort of things. But they were able to put an owl and have it catch a mouse in absolutely no light, simply from sound, that triangulation again, right? It's pretty amazing. You're totally unfazed by this wild raven. It's rather amusing. Oh, he did the... Oh, oh. Bertram's got a wild friend, huh? Uh-oh.
When I brought Guy over yesterday, we were just sitting in the parking lot.
Really? I wonder if he's nesting over... No, because it's not... Well, we'll see. Wild neighbors getting together with our ambassadors. Who's that?
Hi, Fern.
Is that Brewster? Brewster's doing breakfast. Oh my goodness. She's molting, and maybe you can help me later on with the infrared light. She's so pink underneath, and where her feathers are coming in, like right at the shaft, it's like neon pink. I can't do it like this, but we'll try and get some pictures because it's really cool. Oh, little sippy sips. Are you done? All right. Well, we are going to get going back into our day, but thank you all so much for joining us, and we look forward to you guys joining us again tomorrow and the next day and anytime that you can. And stay tuned for more updates from the clinic. What's she doing? You're so good. And we hope that you have an absolute... Oh, good morning, Christine from Exeter. Exeter is wonderful. Also, tons of barred owls in Exeter, so make sure that you go and check them out. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for joining us, and we hope that you have a wonderful Friday. Hi, Jewett Construction. We were just looking... Actually, we have a raven over at our new facility that you helped us build, and it was absolutely cool that raven feels pretty comfortable there. There's a lot going on, Fern. There's a lot going on. Are you ready? All right. Bye, guys. Have a great day.